Welcome to the second quarter 2019 MCUL Priority Report. This month we'll give you an update on our priorities and what we have planned for the rest of the year. In a few moments, Patty Corkery will give a more complete summary of our advocacy priorities, but at the federal level, we're focused on the bankers' latest attempts to revise the National Defense Authorization Act, the Stopping Bad Robocalls Act, CECL implementation, legislation to help delay CECL, and maintaining CDFI funding. At the state level, our current priorities are data breach, military escheats legislation, as well as the financial exploitation and abuse of elders and legislation that is being considered for that important topic. We've also seen a relentless series of attacks by the Bankers Association, the ICBA, again, to which the League responded with a CU Insight article and video. We need your continued engagement on all of these issues, obviously, so thank you for taking the time to listen to this update. Also, you can engage directly with our lawmakers at our next Hike the Hill in October and at other events at the chapter levels, as well as with MCUL in Washington and in Lansing. We're also excited about your continued support for the Open Your Eyes to a Credit Union campaign in Michigan and nationally. Almost half of the full fair share credit unions are already using their reimbursement dollars to create custom ads that showcase the good works of credit unions. If you're not yet a full share contributor, please consider doing so. In the area of information services, we've surveyed our readership for our weekly publication, The Monitor. We sought your feedback on layout, content, and delivery methods. We've reviewed the results and started to tailor new content and design based on that input. Contact Magazine shifted its focus this year to be more consumer-centric, focusing on stories and insights from our industry that are relevant to both credit union professionals and to the credit union members they serve. You can always let our team know if you would like additional copies of the hard copy version of Contact for your membership. But of course, it's provided in a very convenient digital flipbook format so that you can share it with your members as well. On the compliance front, we're excited to be launching the AffirmX risk management platform here in Michigan as a complement to ComplySite and our other compliance services. We know how important quality compliance services are, and that's why we offer fee-based compliance consulting tools like ComplySite and AffirmX, and the associated consulting services that credit unions need. And of course, our destination compliance site, which is available at no cost to affiliated credit unions, is also an important part of the compliance offerings that we provide, in addition to our information hotline. Now, on our education agenda, after a successful AC&E, we now turn to our fall events and hope that you'll join us for the Executive Summit and Fall Leadership Conferences coming up in September, as well as the Lending School and Call Center Conferences in October. And as you prep for this year's planning season, please consider CUSG's Planning Pro product and Governese product for governance policies, as well as the associated consulting services that accompany them. You'll get a complete update on CUSG services at the end of this report, but we especially want to highlight our newer products, Planning Pro, Governese, AffirmX, the TLC 360 Learning Management System, and our newest product, soon to be announced, Member XP, to help credit unions with their member experience improvement efforts. Now I'll turn to Patty Corkery for a more detailed recap of the association's activities and priorities.
Thanks, Dave. Starting with federal advocacy, unfortunately, bankers are attempting to add controversial exemption language of their own to the fiscal year 2020 National Defense Authorization Act, a bill Congress must pass to establish policies in an annual budget for our nation's defense. This language would afford banks the same rent-free access to land and facilities on military installations that credit unions are afforded. In the U.S. House of Representatives, the Armed Service Committee debated, amended, and approved the bill in June. The bankers attempted to add their own language in that committee, but I'm pleased to say that CUNA, MCUL, and other state leagues worked to successfully defeat it. Following committee passage, the House version of the bill now heads to the floor, where the full chamber will debate it and consider additional amendments before voting on final passage. This could give banks another opportunity to add their language. We will continue working to prevent the committee from passing a bill with this incorporated language. On the heels of the FCC's vote to impose new restrictions on robocalls, Congress appears primed to take action on this issue. The House Energy and Commerce Committee, Subcommittee on Communications and Technology, met recently to discuss the Stopping Bad Robocalls Act. Our efforts in this area focus on limiting restrictions that would impact a credit union's ability to contact members with critical information regarding their account or business relationship. In advance of the hearing, CUNA wrote leadership of the committee to applaud the bipartisan manner in which the bill was drafted and to highlight key credit union concerns. MCUL will continue to work with CUNA on this issue as developments happen. As mentioned in June's priority report, U.S. Senator Tom Tillis from North Carolina has introduced legislation, if passed by Congress and signed by the President, would delay implementation of CECL and require the Securities and Exchange Commission and other federal financial regulators to study the standard. MCUL is preparing letters to Senators Gary Peters and Debbie Stabenow, urging them to support and co-sponsor the legislation. A letter will also be sent to Michigan's 14 House members, requesting they support and co-sponsor a similar bill by Representative Vicente Gonzalez from Texas. And finally, I'm pleased to report the U.S. House Appropriations Committee has approved $300 million in funding for the CDFI Fund and $2 million for the Community Development Revolving Loan Fund for fiscal year 2020. MCUL and CUNA will continue to advocate that Congress maintain these funding levels until a final bill is approved by both chambers and signed by the President. Now on to our state advocacy agenda. Data breach legislation introduced by Representative Diana Farrington continues to wait for a hearing in the House Ways and Means Committee. The Senate has decided to take a closer look at this issue as well. The Government Affairs team fully expects the legislation to be introduced this fall. Our team has also begun working in the Senate to get legislation drafted and introduced that would address cleanup measures to the existing Identity Theft Protection Act, which currently governs how data breaches are addressed in Michigan. The Act currently only requires merchants who have been breached to provide notification without unreasonable delay. That being said, this section of the statute has not been modernized of late and needs some improvements to better address credit union concerns. Military escheats legislation is expected to receive a hearing and begin moving through the process as soon as the legislature has reconvened following the summer recess. Currently, it is nearly impossible to determine whether the member is overseas or on American soil, nor how long to hold on to the dormant account funds. This legislation is important to credit unions because it will provide a more streamlined timeline for escheating dormant account funds to the state, regardless of whether a member is active duty on American soil or active duty overseas military. Our team has been working directly with Attorney General's office to address the growing issue of financial exploitation and abuse of elders. Through a series of task force meetings and work groups with the Attorney General's office and other interested parties, we have worked to find the best course of action to ensure that when consumers are victimized, financial institutions have the tools and resources in place to contact the appropriate agencies on behalf of abused elders. In the regulatory arena, MCUL's Examination Task Force held its first kickoff meeting. Members of the task force discussed examination issues and concerns facing credit unions in Michigan. The task force will begin reviewing MCUL's examination survey in preparation for distribution to Michigan credit unions. The task force will review the data collected from the survey for meetings with NCUA and DIF's leadership. After significant interest in the Compliance Committee, originally formed in the Downriver chapter, we are excited to announce that we have scheduled the next meeting. It will be held August 23rd at Case Credit Union in Lansing. Keep an eye out for future communications with topic and speaker information. Thanks to everyone for your interest. At the federal regulatory level, the NCUA issued a proposed rule to delay the effective date of its risk-based capital rule to January 1, 2022. The NCUA will have the proposal open to the public until July 26. If you have any comments you would like MCUL to share with NCUA specific to this delay, please share them with our team and we will incorporate them into our comments to the agency. As Dave mentioned, we've had a strong engagement with the Open Your Eyes campaign this month. To date, 64 credit unions contribute at the full fair share level and are eligible to receive a 50% reimbursement of their contribution to spend on integrated advertising under their own brands. So far, nearly half of our full fair share credit unions have already been working with our business partners to utilize the reimbursement and place custom billboards, gas station TV spots, plus mobile and digital display ads in the market. This tremendously expands the reach of the campaign. Credit unions are still coming on board as full fair share participants, and it isn't too late to participate at this level. As you may know, all Michigan affiliated credit unions are welcome to download and customize the many creative files from our website, such as social media posts, web banners, postcards, and in-branch posters. These are free and available for use to all affiliates. Our records show that hundreds of free integration files have already been downloaded, and we are very encouraged by this engagement. More creative is launching soon, including a new 30-second television spot about ownership and 5 additional 15-second digital videos about ATM access, switching to a credit union, local community investment, thousands of neighborhood branches, and better banking. Please let us know if you have any questions about the Open Your Eyes to a Credit Union campaign and how to use those integration materials. We thank you for the continued involvement in the campaign. Moving on to our foundation, Michigan high schools continue to appreciate and request financial reality fairs facilitated by credit unions. With the assistance of the Michigan Credit Union Foundation, 68 fairs were held during the recent school year, helping more than 5,600 teens make practical financial decision-making and budgeting decisions. A recently developed app to enhance the fair experience for students is now ready to implement. MCUF provides all the materials and instructions for the financial reality fairs and grants to credit unions wishing to develop their own branded fair materials. So don't hesitate to contact us if your credit union is looking to hold a fair. MCUL continues to follow industry trends and deliver top-of-mind information that credit unions are looking for at our education and networking events. When CEOs and board members gather for the Fall Leadership Development Conference in September, we will be talking about how credit unions need to act on issues related to marijuana in Michigan, about practical approaches to simplifying CECL implementation, and how financial institutions can remain secure by understanding hackers' methods. Of course, we are always looking for your feedback on topics and insights you would like to explore, so feel free to let us know what training you'd like us to schedule at future events by sending us an email. On behalf of Dave and the whole MCUL team, thanks to our Michigan Credit Union community for directing and supporting us in our association efforts. Back to you, Dave.
Thank you, Patty. I'm excited to cover the progress and success of CUSG and our plans for the second half of the year as it pertains to our Michigan credit union community. Through the transition of the LifeSteps Wallet product line to LifeStep Solutions LLC, we focused on improving credit unions' omni-channel banking services in this age of neo and challenger banks. The ultimate goal is to be the leader of a mobile product collaboration community that helps credit unions be competitive in the digital banking age. Recent changes to the existing LifeSteps Wallet platform included expanded services and features that we believe consumers are already looking for and expecting from their mobile banking experience. Integration with the company Nest Ready's home search and financing platform is one example of LifeSteps Wallet providing credit unions members with these kinds of features. In fact, after finalizing all go-to-market plans, Nest Ready was unveiled at the 2019 MCUL AC&E in Detroit, where well over a dozen solid leads were generated by credit unions, and we're following up on those. Other eminent partnerships and services include fractional share investing tools, another service that's drawing the attention of more credit unions these days, and other features and products that we think will be relevant for millennial consumers. Across many of our products and services, the focus has been on streamlined mobile-first designs for improved user experiences. In our marketing solutions area, we've made a strategic adjustment to our sales approach across the board and are now focusing on a solutions-based strategy. This has already resulted in better client satisfaction, stronger attributable results from our marketing efforts, and almost a 50% year-over-year increase on average contract value, so that's important for us. The Love My Credit and Rewards Member Enhancement Program has a completely new mobile-first design that represents new value for our corporate partners and provides revenue streams for CUSG that benefit the membership of MCUL. In addition to existing brand partners, Sprint, Intuit, and their TurboTax product, as well as TrueStage in cooperation with CUNA Mutual, we've added a member offer from the popular home security provider SimpliSafe, and we'll continue to add a new deal every 2 to 4 weeks for the remainder of this year. By partnering with in-demand companies like this, we're committed to keeping the LMCUR partner offerings fresh and relevant for credit unions, which makes it an attractive program for both the credit union and, most important, for the members they serve. Individually, the rewards programs are also hitting and exceeding benchmarks, and we're pleased with that. Now, the Sprint Cash Rewards program is on track to reach the Q2 growth targets that we set, and we appreciate our credit unions' promotion of this offer to their members across the country, with Michigan being the hub, of course. We have such strong support from our Michigan credit union community. And as we watch to see if the merger with T-Mobile gets Justice Department approval, we're working to position CUSG as a partner that continues to benefit credit unions and their members with this very important credit union member discount offer from Sprint. Now, CUSG finished another successful tax season also with the TurboTax Online member discount offer, thanks to your help in promoting it. CUSG is working to develop new, more effective growth tactics for the next tax season to drive increased credit union engagement and member use of the TurboTax Online product. We appreciate so much our Michigan credit union community and how you see the value of this offering and help us meet the needs of Intuit by generating more sales for them of the TurboTax product. Now, Save to Win has signed 16 new credit unions so far across the country in 2019. In the third quarter, Save to Win will target 5 states: California, Ohio, Alabama, Virginia, and Kentucky, with state-specific webinars to educate credit unions on the unique value of the program for their members. We encourage our Michigan credit unions to discover or rediscover the benefits of Save to Win as a great price-linked savings program and an example of a mission-driven offering for your members. In our Performance division, we're in the process of integrating Performance Pro and the new Learning Center, or TLC 360 as it's branded. So the learning management system integrates with Performance Pro, and in our Performance Solutions division, we're really focused on providing credit unions with integrated HR solutions that cover performance, compensation, and learning, as well as integrating with payroll systems. So please consider CUSG Performance Solutions to help you with those important facets of attracting and retaining top talent, which we know is a really key priority for credit unions. Now, moving on to Compees briefly, the reinvention focus has been there to create a light version to allow credit unions to import their own salary ranges and still benefit from all of the great functionality within the Compees system. Additional reinvention items for Compees include a new dashboard that help credit unions more easily spot potential pay equity blind spots, and a tool that empowers managers with a pool of discretionary funds to award employees based on exceptional performance. Both of the features have been heavily requested by our credit unions and our non-credit union clients. And last but not least, Planning Pro has seen strong sales so far this year, and as I mentioned at the beginning of this report, we really encourage credit unions during planning season to use the Planning Pro product as well as the consulting services that we offer in Michigan. Throughout 2019, our Strategic Advisory Solutions team has continued to evolve and build value with repeat clients as well as new ones. Much of their focus has been on driving e-advisory services and development and sales of compliance webinars, specifically the Compliance Offer Boot Camp e-series and the must-have compliance training sessions. The Boot Camp initiative has seen 21 attendees to date and generated a lot of positive buzz. So far, consultative sales have included agreements for 17 strategic planning sessions, 18 keynote or leadership engagements, and 4 executive coaching or governance sessions. So credit unions are really starting to discover the excellent services within our Strategic Advisory Solutions division. Our compliance advisors continued to drive value by conducting 27 website reviews, 9 shared staffing assignments, 11 BSA audits, and other custom projects and training for our credit union community. So thanks for joining us for our Q2 report. As you've heard, it's been a productive year for both MCUL and CUSG in Michigan, and we fully expect similar results for the remainder of the year with your support and engagement. As always, if you're interested in learning more about any of these issues, contact me or one of my team members. Thank you for listening.